Hello, and welcome to GP Podcast. There's a storm brewing online. You can feel it, right? All these whispers, these wild rumors about the next big thing in AI, GPT-6. I'm sure you've seen the posts, the insane predictions. Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to find the real story.
And really, the question that's driving all this, it's a huge one. Is GPT-6 the moment it all changes? The dawn of, a true thinking machine? Artificial general intelligence. That's the core of this whole frenzy, and that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to look at the myth that's been built up. Let's break down what the internet's hype machine has been cooking up, the viral claims that have had everybody talking.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen these flying around your feed. Trillion-scale parameters, launching next month, full AGI capabilities, gonna replace all jobs. I mean, it's wild stuff. It's the kind of over-the-top speculation that's just impossible to ignore, right?
But here's where the plot really twists. Just when the hype was hitting a fever pitch, OpenAI themselves decided to step in and, well, perform a little reality check on everything we've been hearing. And there it is. A super clear, direct statement that just slams the brakes on that whole hype train. OpenAI officially came out and said, nope, no imminent launch. Whatever GPT-6 is, it is not coming in 2025. That one sentence, it changes the entire conversation. All right, so with all that clickbaity hype out of the way, we can finally get to the real story. What are the engineers at OpenAI actually building? What can we realistically expect based on, actual evidence? So this is the big one, the headline feature. It's the one Sam Altman himself says he's most excited about. The next model is being built with persistent memory. Just think about that for a second. An assistant that doesn't just respond, it remembers. It'll learn your tone, recall things from past chats, understand your projects without you having to re-explain everything from scratch. It's a huge shift from a tool with amnesia to like a continuous, adaptive partner.
And beyond just memory, there are three other huge capabilities that keep popping up in credible reports. First up is agentic behavior. This means it can handle complex, multi-step tasks all on its own. Like not just planning your trip, but actually booking the flights and hotel for you. Second, we've got true multimodality, so it would natively get text, images, audio, and video. And third, just the massive scale of this thing. We're talking reports of over 100,000 NVIDIA chips just for training. That is a lot of horsepower.
Now, of course, GPT-6 isn't being built in a vacuum. It has some serious competition, and right now, the model to beat is Grok 4.1. If you're not familiar, there's this public platform called the LM Arena where people just blindly vote on which AI gives better answers. And guess what? Grok is currently sitting at the top. It set a really, really high bar for things like conversational skill and creativity.
And this comparison really shows the different strategies at play. See, Grok 4.1 is an amazing conversationalist. It's awesome for brainstorming, for creative chats, that kind of thing. But the vision for GPT-6, it's totally different. The focus seems to be on making it the ultimate productivity tool, an assistant that uses that memory and those agentic skills to actually do stuff for you, manage complex work, and act on your behalf.
So, okay, this all points us toward a much more realistic timeline. We know for a fact it's not 2025. So, when can we actually expect to see this thing? Let's look at the hints and what the experts are saying.
The general consensus among people who watch this stuff closely points to a roadmap like this. So, 2025 is out. But Sam Altman has hinted that the development cycle is getting faster than the 2-year gap we saw before. So, a really likely scenario is we'll see some private previews for developers around mid-2026, with a full public release maybe late 2026 or even early 2027.
Which of course brings us all the way back to that original million-dollar question. With features like persistent memory and the ability to act on its own, are we finally looking at AGI?
Well, if you ask the experts, they're pretty skeptical. A recent survey of top AI researchers showed that a huge majority, like 76%, think that just making our current models bigger and bigger is not the way we're going to get to AGI. Most of them believe we need some kind of fundamental breakthrough first.
And AI researcher Gary Marcus puts it, well, pretty bluntly. He basically says that thinking you can get to AGI just by throwing more money and more compute power at bigger models is a clear logical fallacy. He and a lot of others argue that real general intelligence is going to take totally new ideas, not just more of what we're already doing.
So, here's the crucial point, the main takeaway from all of this. GPT-6 is shaping up to be an absolutely incredible, sophisticated tool. For sure, it's a massive leap in how useful and personal these things can be. But it's an evolutionary step. It's not a switch that suddenly flips on consciousness or creates a thinking machine.
And that really leaves us with one final, fascinating question to think about. What does it actually mean to have an AI that remembers you? You know, an assistant that knows your history, your preferences, your projects. Is that just a better assistant? Or does it start to become something else entirely?
So, what do you think about that? Is an AI that remembers everything about you an exciting new tool, or maybe a little bit concerning? I'd love to hear what you liked most down in the comments. And hey, if you liked the video and it helped you cut through some of that online hype, do me a favor. Subscribe, leave a like, and share the video with someone else who's curious about the real story of GPT-6. Thanks for hanging out.